little oopsie there, leaving that other screen up too long. Oh well. Anyway, welcome back everyone. It is quite late for one of our streams. We're usually up and running way before way before, it's almost 5 o'clock where I am. Trying to get this in before 3, but we persist regardless. Allergies were absolutely kicking my butt earlier this morning, so we had to calm that down before we can look at the screen for too long. So it is time. We have our new Trailblaze mission available for the Amphorius area. And it looks like we have another event that shall last after, but the limited events are limited as shown. We got lots of stuff that'll give us, and then the character selection, and this is a character selection that I actually do not have all of them maxed out at, so we will see. Probably I'll either get Gallagher or Misha because it's the ones I have the least amount of. Divergent Universe got updated, and so it has some more levels now. And I think that's about it. Currently there's a Gift of Odyssey going on at the time of this stream to get your free 10 pull, and currently Hyacinth and the Herta is getting their first rerun, so let's give Hyacinth a quick little jaunt and see what her fighting ability looks like. Alright, what's her E look like?
Final report!
Okay, so she has a little buff.
Final report!
Ooh.
I choose you!
Oh, and this is the first time we're hearing Kalus's new voice. As you all have heard from prior streams, I absolutely adore the prior Kalus voice actor. So we'll see.
Restore the skies!
Embrace a new life.
Oh my gosh, did they increase the speed? I swear this is running faster than it used
May
to.
death protect us! As you wish.
Like, this is speeding through, okay.
Existence is unity. All will be swept away by the wind.
We can do anything!
Show me the way. Enjoying yourself?
Embrace a new life. May death protect us! Root here.
Okay, so the little guy does follow-up attack damage, and then a healer.
Stay away.
Alright, so not running at apparently 5 times speed.
May this faint light dispel the gloom. Restore clear skies. Once more.
Breaks over. Is this how it feels to be in sync?
Me.
Embrace new life, Pollux.
That was Castrus's ult. I can't say that I hate Kalus's new voice.
May
it's
death
just
protect
very
us!
different from the prior one, because the prior one was like more shonen.
We can do anything!
Shonen protagonist
wish.
kind of voice. Well, this one is like more serious, kind of.
Show me the way.
Embrace a new life.
Just a tiny stain. Interesting. So I will not be pulling for Hyacinth myself. I know that everybody absolutely adores this little Pegasi unicorn entity, because it looks like a Pegasus. Like, you don't see a horn in this, but I swear when they're attacking they have a horn. But this little Pegasus guy, which I agree, this is a plushie, is already like perfect. But I have seen the absolutely atrocious pull schedule. Finon is coming, so we already knew we were saving up for that. Sunday apparently is going to be running with Finon, and as you all know, I love Sunday, but I am missing his 5-star light cone, so I do need to pull for that. And then Archer is coming. He's going to be free, but his light cone will not, so I also need Archer's light cone. So unfortunately, we do not have the pulls right now to pull for Hyacinth. Or Herta, honestly. The limit of classification. Apply 5 different weaknesses to one enemy target in a single attack using ally character and Anaxagrius. Just a tiny stain. Defeat the Dark Sun Griffin without taking any damage from its summons. In Golden Gears, watch a total of 10 recommended secret stories. As you all know, I am currently working on Golden Gears. I have finally gotten done with Swarm Disaster, so... Oh, so in our last one, we did some more of the Pinnaconey side quests while we were waiting for those main story quests to come out. And we had Tizok the second, so this is interesting with the third, to go back out of the dream and face what she did when she was the emperor of a planet and she fell to tyranny as the tyrant, if that makes sense. So interesting that this is a robot, one of the Intellitrons. Interesting. Essentially saying goodbye to the people she was helping out. Okay. I don't really feel like we need a story recap, considering all things considering. Like, we literally just finished the story.
All this free time, why not make the most of it with a game?
Considering we are not super speedy like a lot of people are. So just as a quick recap, Anaxagrius died in the last one. He gave up the core flame to be added to the Genesis wheel, and his body, which was only running on that, kind of dissipated. And then, so we're just missing Kefali and one other. What is that?
Pour me a cup, will you?
Anyway, so we're just missing, for the Genesis at least, we're just missing Kefali and this one. But yeah, so that happened. Oh wait, isn't that the sky one? That one? Thanatos and Circe's core flames have been returned. Sometime after that, the 12 constellations hover above, overlooking the vortex of Genesis. They embody the 12 Emporium deities, fate, foundation, creations, and calamity of this world. Now 10 among them have fallen, their core flames return to the origin of Genesis. Above you, constellations shimmer, their brilliance echoing the faint slumber of each titan. And you have experienced your ascension in 4 partings. The Lance of Fury once became the Mad King, plunging the world into ceaseless strife until your valor brought it to an end. And its demigod successor, the Undying Mightymost, chose to bear the title of Krymnos alone, returning home to be crowned as the last line of defense for the Holy City. Mighty, may your battles know no defeat. Back then, the incarnation of time entrusted Mim to you as the temple of the three fates. Back then, the lively girl with red hair fulfilled her mission and bid the first farewell. Time speaks not of fairness, yet it never stops, and now this power resides in your hands. See you tomorrow, Trian. Not long ago, the head of the Grove of Sages helped you repel the menace that is the Black Tide, and still not long past, the unruly scholar staged one grand performance, granting you a glimpse of this world's truth at the cost of his life. Oh, the incarnation of reason, at edge of existence, have you found your answer? The prophecy once made the hand of shadow choose two, granting one the fate of death, yet their bond wove a hauntingly beautiful tale that stretched across time. At the end, the incarnation of death who journeyed from the nether realm to the living world chose to remain in the Sea of Flowers, retrieving your future. At the end of the west wind, we shall meet again, Castris. Time and again, oh, there's a chest over there. Time and again, farewells haven't numbed you. You can't help but wonder, how many more goodbyes will the journey of trailblazing entail? You question whether you'll be able to express each goodbye with heartfelt emotion. You thought your thoughts sink into the ocean. You recall how the Emphorish cherish epics, using stories to soothe their sorrows. Perhaps you should embrace this way to dispel your melancholy and regain your strength. Then let it begin. Countless words of adventure surge through your mind. You need only to grasp just one to anchor your creation. Don't be influenced by the noise outside. Just focus on the key word in your mind. It is indeed difficult, but you should still cling tightly to your inspiration, weaving heartfelt and elegant verses. Alright, this is impossible task. Just one glance at your phone. It won't disrupt your thoughts, or so you tell yourself. From Cypher, it looks like. Grey Mystery. Last time in Styxia, 0 time for treasure hunting. Absolute disaster. Now the River of Souls mostly retreated. I'm back, baby. In the water, a big shiny chest. I can't use the miracle orb, and I can't wade through. Your power of time is needed now. 7:30 split. It's 30 for you and 70 for me. Exactly, 30 for you and 70 for me. Details, schmeetails. Get here and we'll talk. You must admit, even during the arduous and struggling low point, there are still those who live joyfully. Cypher's endless, surging desire for wealth seems more turbulent than the waters of Scaled Gorge waterscape. Forget the past for now, it only brings sorrow, but sadness has no place in this moment. What you need is the drive to move forward. You decide to head to Styxia, where the Rivers of Souls is no longer blocked, to meet up with Cat Girl. Hopefully those glittering, clinking trinkets will, as always, lift your spirits. No, but there was a chest in the background. No.
Oh, Styxia's moonlight is so beautiful, and the River of Souls is so quiet. It's like everything that happened was just a dream. I wonder if Cass is doing okay on the other side. If I write a letter and put it in a drift bottle, will she be able to read it? No. No, this shouldn't be so depressing. Now's not the time to feel down. We gotta pull ourselves together. By the way, it was Miss Cypher who asked us to come here. But where has she gone? Huh? I don't know. But this aura feels so familiar. Let's go check it out together. Be very careful. I have a bad feeling about this.
We have a coin of whimsy. I think I've already read this, but we'll read this one more time, just in case I haven't. Speed.
Hey, what's that on the ground? Should we pick it up? Careful, careful. It's a piece of black cloth.
Ah, the Core Flame Reaver.
Now, where have I seen this before?
It's the Flame Reaver.
What? How could they be here? Mimi! Look out!
Oh, you know, just behind us.
what this thing can do.
Isn't this a core flame right here? Like built into this sword?
Let's try our best to deal with them for now, and we'll slip into the past with time's power as soon as we can.
The river of souls is full of fish, big and delicious.
What?
The flame chase journey stops. Meow, meow.
Meow?
Oh.
Sorry, I couldn't pass on the chance to give you two a good scare. Ah! Don't run! I'm the real Cypher. The real one. Come on, don't be upset. I'm just giving you a kind reminder that Emphorius isn't safe at all. The whole place is full of dangers, including that swordmaster. Make sure you stay on your toes, no matter where you are. Hey, I'm just making it up to you. You do the same in my shoes.
So, was that a Flame Reaver disguise? Or a magic trick? It looked so real. Is that the power of the trickery demigod?
Disguise? No. It's not as simple as that. Let me think about how to explain this. For example, what did you think when you realized that piece of cloth came from the Flame Reaver's cloak?
We thought that maybe the Flame Reaver was around here somewhere?
That's right. And then you heard some footsteps. What did you think when that happened?
Well, we thought it must be the Flame Reaver coming this way.
Yep, exactly. I just used some hints and, mental suggestions to help you believe in a lie. Lies are what Zagreus is best at. If everyone believes in a lie, then it becomes reality.
Power to make lies into reality? That's got all my hair standing up.
You think I might be lying? No need. The seamstress trusts you for a reason. Someone as honest as you couldn't trick me even if you wanted to. So, there's no harm in telling you. Besides, we still need to team up to go treasure hunting, right? Let's wrap up here. It's time to get going. Oh, was that your teleslate?
From Finon. Kalis, did you rest well? I came during lucid hour and you seemed asleep, so I didn't wake you. But in the current circumstances, I can't stay idle. I feel it's time to continue our training. Let's go to the grove, shall we?
Aren't you a popular one? But I got to you first, so help me with the treasures, and then I'll send you two to the grove. Live handsomely. You mean spend all this money? That's so not why I hunt for treasures. Don't forget, I'm a demigod too. And there's a line reserved for me in that stupid prophecy as well. You shall walk with greed and die over petty change. But I don't believe in that. As long as I keep collecting treasures, then I won't need to care about petty change. And as long as I don't hurt other people when I get what I want, I won't be walking with greed. Right? Isn't that simple?
I don't quite agree with that, but okay.
So, as long as I keep going down this path, all those predestined prophecies and fates will never catch up to me. That was a long speech. I'm getting thirsty at this rate. The treasures of Styxia aren't gonna float up on their own. Come on, Grey Mystery. Show me what the authority of time can do.
A few days later, at the crash site in the Abyss of Fate.
So, this is the car of the Astral Express you've spoken of. My repository of memories has been enriched with another fascinating fascinating piece of information. Thank you for leading me here, Lord Donham.
Why is it still on fire? It's been like weeks. Shouldn't the fire have burnt out by now? I'm surprised a council elder like yourself would be willing to journey so far as to inspect the Express.
Archimans hold wisdom and knowledge in high esteem. If the citizens knew of your origins, I'm sure more would be intrigued by the Trailblaze. Sadly, discussions about the world beyond the sky remain taboo. It's been quite some time since you first arrived in Akima. Presumably, you've been looking for a way to leave ever since.
I've been actively gathering clues and testing different things. Sadly, the more I find out, the more powerless I feel.
Don't be too hard on yourself, my lord. This puzzle has stumped Amphorius' scholars for centuries. It isn't something you can solve overnight. Even someone as gifted as yourself.
In the Grove, I discovered extensive research on the Sky Titan. It appears that many scholars from Amphorius believe the taboo against the world beyond the sky stems from a curse cast by Aquila.
Exactly. Of the 12 Titans of Amphorius, Aquila is known for being the most capricious. The weather itself reflects their mood. Tranquil sunshine, mournful rain. Aquila's breath is a brisk wind, and their cries resound as thunder in a storm.
Additionally, Aquila is one of the 2 Titans whose core flames have yet to be returned.
The sky above affects every citizen. It's clear that Lady Aglaya's decision to confront Aquila at the end of the Flame Chase journey was a carefully considered strategy.
If returning Aquila's core flame can break the sky's curse, we won't have to exhaust ourselves searching for a way back. We can simply focus on aiding the Chrysos heirs.
Anti-Catherians have no home to return to, so I understand your concern for your old friends and homeland. I used anti-Catherian technology, or scanning, as you might call it, to assess this car. Assuming my judgment is correct, I might be able to conduct a thorough overhaul of its power systems.
Really? But...
Of course. That's only if you, my lord, permit me to interact with it.
by all means, please proceed, but be careful. The Express's thrusters are extremely delicate.
You honor me with your trust. I will be very careful.
Lygus carefully scans the damaged propulsion system, then methodically began inspecting its components. This is unbelievable. You seem to understand a structure perfectly. Have you repaired something like this before?
Not exactly, but we Antikytherians are inherently sensitive to machinery. Carefully endowed our kind with a unique advantage for analyzing and learning. If you give me some time, I might be able to fully restore this damaged car to its former glory. Then you and your esteemed companion could set off on your return journey sooner.
Yeah, but we would still... Wait, who was it that shot us down? Was it Strife or Aquila? Because I'm like, if it was Strife, we could probably just get back, but if it's Aquila, we kind of need to take Aquila out first. But isn't the real issue with Aquila?
Hypothetically, Lord Donham, if I could open up a path out of Amphorius that circumvents Aquila's divine punishment, would you consider ceasing your support for the Flame Chase journey?
I don't understand. Does the Council of Elders possess such secret means of counteracting divine punishment?
It's best if you don't delve too deeply into that question, my lord. All you need to know is, I can make it happen.
Maybe this is not a decision by the Council of Elders, but rather his personal wish.
The crucial point is, if you and your companion are unwilling to halt your support for the Chrysos heirs, it could offend certain interests.
I also, I wonder who would have, because obviously this world is stuck in a cycle, right? And each time it seems the black tide is getting worse, you know what I mean? And the time between each cycle is getting shorter. So it might ultimately implode eventually. Who could have interests that would keep the state in a cycle? I wonder if it has to do, because when we talked to Black Swan last time, we found out that there were like 2 different remembrance groups, and one of them was like some fanatics that, I can't remember exactly what she said, but like some fanatics that want to make more worlds like Amphorius because it would somehow increase the power of remembrance or something like that. So I wonder if Lygus is interacting with those people, maybe? Forgive me, Lord Lygus, but I must be frank. When visiting Dawncloud, I reviewed the records of many council elders. Among them, only your background was nearly blank. I'd like to accept your goodwill, but given such a mysterious background and motives, anyone cautious would have doubts.
Your prudence impresses me, just as expected.
Are these people... Is this a trap? Is that why you accompanied me here?
Please don't misunderstand, Lord Donhong. As the Theoros, I have no allegiance to their plans, nor am I obliged to obstruct them. I am neutral.
Well, that's a new design aesthetic we haven't seen before.
Out of respect for you, I hope to offer a peaceful solution to ensure the safety of you and your companion.
1 against 4, then. Just to confirm, if things turn ugly later, will you help?
I will not. As I said, I remain neutral. Are you asking this because you plan to refuse my offer and continue supporting the Chrysos heirs?
What an interesting aesthetic they have. It's like we got the bone rib cage and then the kind of like rotting flesh kind of dealio. You aren't wrong about one thing, Lord Lygus. Indeed, we must try to return to our companions. But our companions now also include the flame-chasing Chrysos heirs. The Nameless cannot and will not ignore the fate of our companions.
So I see. This is what you call trailblazing.
When I asked if you'd help, I meant the ones who need help are them. Yeah, I was like, Kalis could very easily beat them up. Meanwhile, in the Grove of Epiphany, not Kalis, Donghun can easily.
You have such overwhelming power, so why? Answer me. Why do you stand in her way? Why do you want to take the core flames?
Oh no! He can't hold on anymore! Drag him back here, friend! Are you okay?
I'm okay. I can handle that kind of hit now. But a few months ago, that would have knocked me out. Thanks for worrying, buddy. Thanks for the help. To face Aquila and other potential threats, I must sharpen myself with the most aggressive methods.
Even so, it's impressive you thought of this training method. Battling the phantoms of the past in the River of Time? It's just like the hyperbolic time sanctum that the bards describe.
It's working pretty well, wouldn't you say? But combat isn't just about strength and skill. You also need the right weapon. Compared to that guy's weapon, mine feels like I'm swinging a lump of iron. I can't tell you how many swords I've gone through since the training began. Don't worry. I've already arranged that. Of course I need him. I asked him to make a suitable divine weapon for me. It's a little embarrassing to say this, but in order to help me, he deliberately turned down all other business.
Oh, Cartonis is part of this flame chase journey after all. Full of energy.
Thinking about how he's been recently, maybe you're right.
But, Finon, I've been somewhat concerned about you. Lately, you seem more and more fixated on that Swordmaster in black.
That's quite the sudden shift in topic.
I've been holding this question in for a long time. You're getting stronger, but seeds of unrest are also growing in me.
Don't worry. I'm not wielding my sword for revenge. He's been through Nikodor's trial and understands. Those who can't walk out of the shadows of their past are ultimately weak. Times have changed. The responsibility I bear is both precious and fragile. I wield my sword for the future of Amphorius. I will not let hatred cloud my judgment again and neglect my duties. You're right, partner. As of now, I'm not able to handle that Swordmaster on my own. I still need the help of my friends. Every time I say something, things get so serious. I don't want to be the person who keeps bringing the mood down. I'm out of energy for training today. How about we go to the library of Philia to lighten the mood?
Sure, that's what I've been looking forward to. We deserve to enjoy ourselves after all the hard work. Today, I'm definitely going to... Oh, great idea! However, that would mean no more reasons to visit the Grove.
That's the charm of this place. You can find whatever you're into here. The three of us might not be into scholarly books, but we could still spend an entire day at the library of Philia.
Finon's like, the heavy research topics might not be for us with our 4 intelligence, but we can still enjoy other things. Me trying to figure out where we're supposed to be going.
Here we are! Where was that slate last time? Was it here? Or maybe over here? I'm off to have some fun! It's free time now, so you should relax too.
Over the past few months, you've come here more than once, fishing out the small pieces of essence from the ocean of knowledge that best suits your tastes. You're quite relieved that Don Hung isn't around. No one will be here to judge your reading tastes. The scroll at hand shows a line of small text. Non-standard reading material. Please return to its original place after borrowing. Do not let any Grove professor discover it. 10 exclamation marks. It seems that the scholars of the Grove, amidst their profound academic discussions, haven't forgotten their little hobbies. So, which reading material will you pursue? Oh my god, One Punch Man, my professor. Oh, what is it? Oh, what manga is this based off of? It's like, is it My Girlfriend Can't Be This Cute or something? Oh my god, and I'm sure this is based off something, but... Oh, which one? Action... Oh, it's got a full written piece. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh, not this being Anaxagrius fan fiction. I need to speak to whoever wrote this. After finishing this mind-shaking piece, only one image remains in your mind. The express, welt, phone. For a young Stellaron host, this type of literature remains far too ahead of its time. Is it implying that Welt reads fan fiction on his phone? Oh my god, please. Okay. What's this one? That's it? Nothing else? The love story abruptly ends at its worst moment. Whether the author lost the motivation to continue or some urgent situation occurred remains unknown. If it were the latter, the Flame Reaver is fully responsible. Invigorating literature, your favorite. This article leaves you feeling empowered, as if you are the author's one-punch god incarnate. Sky Titan Aquila? Heh, that's nothing. I wonder what Finon and Mim are reading.
Let's take a closer look.
Oh, we have to look at what Mim is reading, but it's only optional to look at what Finan's reading.
Oh, I thought I felt a draft just now. Peeking isn't polite, my friend. You could have just asked. There's nothing embarrassing about it. Here, look, I'm reading this. Antiques Appraisal. How to make a fortune. You didn't know? After all this time we've known each other. That pains me. I've spent a lot of time pondering how Aglaia became such an effective leader. Beyond the intangible qualities like personality and ethics, a major reason is her family wealth. That's the perk of growing up in a big city, isn't it? For those of us in the sticks, luck doesn't come as easily. It's 30% grind, 70% fate. Oops, I talked too much. As a leader, you need both integrity and... I mean, integrity and skill.
Mm-hmm. Integrity and wealth, for sure. I love Finon. He's so fun.
Month of cultivation, curtain fall hour, a time to feast on grains, but poor time for fishing. Oh, but then again, are there even any spots left to fish in Emporius these days? Ah, you scared me! Bursting into someone's world like that can really catch them off guard. Well, no more jokes. There's nothing here. I'll go look elsewhere.
Something's odd about Mem. What are they flipping through?
I've spent a lot of time pondering how that's the perk of growing up. Talk.
Okay, so same thing.
Oh, these cards are so detailed and fine. Ruler, weaver, traveler, healer. But the interpretation for each card is so long. Do I have to memorize them all?
Are we looking at tarot?
were fated to be together, huh? But you must be busy, so I won't bother you for now. Hope your day, every day, is joyful.
So suspicious. Not like their usual self.
You sure are persistent. All right. I'm totally helpless against your charm.
What are you guys chatting about? Is this the Amphorius Divination Compendium?
Why are you here too?
Sorry, seeing you two chasing each other around, I suddenly found my book not that appealing anymore.
Oh my gosh, I see so many people be like, oh yeah, Finon, compare, that's the word, compare Finon to like a dog, and then Mighty's like a cat and whatnot. And I think they said Castris is like a rabbit, from what I could remember from looking at those all the time. But like, it literally is giving that core of just like, oh, these people are doing something without me. I want to participate.
Never thought Mem would be into divination. But it's not exactly a niche hobby. So why all the secrecy?
I wanted to set up a surprise. Master it in secret and give you all a shock. But getting caught halfway through, it's only natural I'd feel shy. A girl's heart is more delicate than Aquila's ever-changing moods.
A surprise, huh? Someone else used to tell me the same. She was really good at stargazing and divination, especially with cards. Yeah, just like the ones you're looking at.
So I keep being like, Mim is going to be, March. There is obviously a chance, since apparently Finon's, like, a lot of people theorize that Finon's, hometown friend was supposed to be Orynyx's, Chrysos heir, because of her ability to, like, see in the future and whatnot. Hence why they're bringing it up just now. That also she could be Mim. And then there's always the third option that she could be Mim and March be Mim is the same thing because she is March. Because March lost all their memories, you know?
And you must be pretty familiar with all sorts of divination techniques with a friend like that.
No, I know nothing about it. I've never really believed in using cards or bones to predict the future. If the good omens foretold by divination were true, my hometown, Hydes Elysiae, wouldn't have disappeared. Don't forget, we've got Lady Trina. Every other form of divination is just smoke and mirrors or cleverly rehearsed tricks compared to her flawless prophecies.
To me, divination could be a power that guides our spirits. They always cast a shadow in front of us, clouding our view of the future. That's why people turn to divination. It's just to find a small reason to give them courage to face the unknown. After all, the first chapter of the Divination Compendium discusses the significance of divination. I'm just expanding on that a bit.
Strange. That person I knew used to say similar things. Looking back, whenever she interpreted a card for me, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. Even though I never believed in the outcome. Maybe it was her tone. Cyrene. She could paint a complete fantasy so vividly, it utterly captivated me as a child. Right, I still carry a card she once used. Do you want to see it?
Obviously.
Oh, wow! It's so exquisite! I'd love to have a card like that.
Well, that's obviously Finon.
Oh, now that you mention it, yes. It would be even better if it were made of, say, crystal?
Speaking of which, partner, there's something I haven't shared with you all. Remember our first trip to the Temple of the Three Fates? The riddle that Orynyx posed to us?
Well, guess we're not gonna talk
Who's
about
there?
it.
You are...
These folks are up to no good.
Black clothing. Masks decorated with golden blood. Are they cleaners?
I would love for you to explain that further.
To directly call us by our name, it seems you, Lord Finan, have studied the forgotten history of Amphorius quite thoroughly. Your friend seems quite interested in us. Perhaps you could explain, Lord Finan. It would be the polite thing. We can't let our esteemed guests pass away without understanding.
During the Chrysos War, to combat the Chrysos heirs, several cities formed an underground assassin squad called the Cleaners. Their task was to erase anyone with golden blood from existence. Assassination, poisoning, political persecution. They would do anything to achieve their objective.
Well, this historical perspective seems biased, glossing over the Chrysos heirs' abuse of divine powers and their blatant initiation of war in order to defame our predecessors. Could you disclose the name of the author behind this popular legend, Lord Finan? I'd hate for the innocent children of Akama to be tainted by such slanted narratives.
We couldn't have thought of like a cooler name for this group of assassins outside of cleaners.
You should have stayed buried in the dust of history. The Citizens' Assembly has once again legitimized the mission of the Chrysos heirs. But as for you, not one citizen would cast their vote for you. Executioners lurking in the shadows.
What does it matter? We've long since stopped expecting to be understood. People have become too accustomed to peace. And they've forgotten the disasters that arose from allowing generations of the Chrysos heirs to rule.
Complete nonsense. Did you really travel all the way to the Grove just to have an argument?
I enjoy dealing with people as straightforward as you, Lord Finan. You've probably figured out why we've come before you.
If it's a fight you want, let's get to it.
Keep your cool, partner. They've come out of the shadows, which suggests they have something up their sleeves. All right, let's hear it. What are you hiding? But watch your language and don't say anything you might regret. My shoulders might be sore and my sword a tad dull, but it's still enough to slice off your tongues.
Oh my.
How's it going, Cinny? This place fits, doesn't it? It's a bit small, but the lighting is perfect.
Thank you, Lady Treby. With this, the Twilight Courtyard can be reborn in Akama. Do you like it here too, little Ika?
Okay, Mim is delightful, but couldn't we have this guy as our companion? Look at him.
It's so bright here. Maybe you should rename it? How about Luminous Courtyard?
Lady Treby makes a good point. But Twilight Courtyard carries the long history of the descendants of the sky, and I'd like it to continue.
Right. How does the legend go again?
Even Lady Treby forgets things.
We just haven't prepared lessons in a while now, so we're a bit rusty. Just give us some time and we'll remember.
The reminder that Treby is slowly losing all of their memories.
Now we remember. Kremnos and the Firmament, Volume 3, Section 5. With Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, striking down the Eye of Twilight, the divine war between Nikador and Aquila, which spanned centuries, came to an end thereafter. The Skyfolk gradually declined. Numerous sky fortresses were abandoned, and their descendants began to establish themselves on the land. Finally, those descended from Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight were welcomed by the scholars under Circes and established the Twilight Courtyard in the Grove. The historical records seem slightly at odds with our memories. But the details from that time have become somewhat hazy to us.
Oh, I forgot. For Lady Treby, history is more than just words on a page. It's something you've personally lived through. Little Ika loves listening to the stories from the legends. I'm sure you're also imagining one day you'll be as awe-inspiring as the winged beasts by Celiosi's side. That day will come. I believe it. Just keep growing. Lord Crediros?
Miss Hyacinth. And Lady Treby. Good to see you're doing all right. I heard from the citizens you were nearby and came to check.
Doing all right. What's going on, Crediros?
There's been another violent incident at the market. A shop was smashed and looted. It's the third time this week.
How can this be? I always thought that with Lady Aglaya here, Akama would remain peaceful.
That was true in the past. But these days, forgive my bluntness, her senses may not be as sharp as they once were.
Aggie.
In my opinion, malevolent forces have noticed the slack in the golden threads and are now plotting to exploit the opportunity.
The Citizens' Assembly just wrapped up. Why is there still unrest?
The Chrysos heirs won by only one vote, Lady Treby. From my years of experience, a narrow victory often walks hand in hand with unrest.
Trouble! Miss Hyacinth! Trouble!
Clementine. Take a breath. What's going on?
Please! Something terrible has happened at Marmorial Palace!
What is it, Doctor? Calm yourself and talk us through.
Lady Aglaya! It's Lady Aglaya who's in trouble.
Uh-oh. Moments ago in Memorial Palace.
I still remember. This bath that overlooks the entire palace was built by the Council of Elders 900 years ago. Its purpose was to commemorate the first flame chase journey and to remember the heroes who made great sacrifices for Amphorius a millennium ago. Rules were set then. No one was allowed to enter, apart from guests invited by the Gold Weaver. But, I guess, you're no longer pretending to follow the rules, are you, Lady Kindness?
Aglaya, Aglaya, you ageless witch, hiding behind a divine facade to deceive mortals. We've been far too kind with you.
Kind? There's no need to use such a word to cover up your incompetence. Anaxagoras humiliated all of you before the citizens. If you still had any shred of shame, you'd throw yourselves from Dawn Cloud at the curtainfall hour to salvage the last fragments of your dignity.
Demigod, why not gaze into the water's reflection and see the wretched face you wear now? These days you're not only blind, but also deaf. The cleaners were born for this moment. When all orders, rules, and laws fail to restrain you, it's time for the dagger to pass judgment.
If you're in such a hurry, give it a try.
Going toe-to-toe with a demigod? We're not that foolish. The dagger isn't at your throat, but...
Your gravest accusation is that my humanity is fading. And you claim my concern for mortal joys and sorrows is nothing but a facade. If that accusation holds, what makes you think the lives of these civilians will sway me in the slightest?
Fine. I'll gladly use a few more words to shatter that demigod facade of yours.
I thought she was gonna go with, your whole thing is the fact that I'm like losing my ability to feel emotions and kindness towards others, and yet you are the one that is threatening the citizens.
Like I said, you're not only blind, but deaf too. Lately, your control over Akuma has weakened. You failed to notice the thefts we arranged in the market, nor did you catch wind of the meetings happening in the Dromus workshop. Plots are unfolding right under your nose, yet you remain indifferent.
Man, it's too bad we don't have like recording and broadcasting technology, because she's just admitting to all of her crimes.
Humanity? Fading? Aglaya, why not use your precious golden thread to peer into my thoughts? See if the gift we've so meticulously prepared for you can move that cold demigod heart of yours.
In this moment, I only regret not being more ruthless. Because your evil is beyond cure.
You finally figured it out. You have grown dull. I've been holding that image in my mind this whole time to make sure you could see it clearly.
I want you to have this knucklebone talisman, Big Sis. I hope it brings you luck every day and keeps you safe from bullies.
That girl who can't speak or hear. What if she accidentally lost her eyes too? You know better than anyone what it feels like to lose your sight. Imagine if 1,000 years ago you, already blind, had also lost your voice and hearing in your youth. Would you still have become the Aglaya you are today? Look at those broken, pleading eyes. How disappointing. We overestimated your cunning. If this plan fails, we still have dozens of splendid parting gifts prepared. Demigod, would you like to hear about them?
I thought I could buy some more time. In these 1,000 years, I've witnessed the fall of 10 titans. From my naive arrogance at the beginning to slowly learning how to guide others. Now, it's time to let go. I should be grateful. Grateful that I've reached this moment. To let my departure become a path for others to follow. Have I done enough? If I embrace that prophecy now, and sink into the warmth of these waters, will the wandering wind stop to mourn me, Cyphra?
A millennium ago at Memorial Market.
Seamstress! I've come as promised. Look at this box full of gold and silver treasures! I bet there's stuff here you've never seen. Come on! As we agreed, I want to buy the most valuable clothes you have.
Little thief! You've got some nerve, barging into my shop dressed in those tattered rags. What have you brought? Let me see.
Here, take a look. Only the finest goods. See the sapphire? It's even more blue than Fagusa's eye.
Such exquisite luster. I've only seen an ocean's tier of this quality in my mother's treasury.
Wait. You've seen one before. And here I thought I'd leave you speechless. What a letdown.
It's just an old memory. My family estate all burned to ashes long ago. This workshop is what I built from scratch.
Wow.
A daughter rebuilding her family business. How admirable. Enough with the jokes. At least you did get to enjoy those luxuries.
Mind your manners, Kitty. Tell me, Cyphra, where did you come from? And how did you acquire these treasures?
I won them fair and square in a bet. What? Do you doubt me? Speak up, seamstress. Give me a straight answer. Do you want these or not?
Strange. You're clearly lying to my face, but my golden thread doesn't tremble at all.
That's because I'm not lying. I've been telling the truth from the start.
Is that so? The scars and the mud stains on your face tell another story.
Oh, come on. Can't we just do business without all this chatter? Don't worry. I didn't leave any evidence, so no one will bother you.
How can I trust a word you say when you're so skilled at lying?
Dealing with you rich people is such a pain. Always wasting my time. Fine, if you don't want it. There are plenty of others who do.
Hold on. Your treasure? I'll accept it. But these alone aren't enough to purchase the Gold Weaver's finest clothes. That said, I do have something that would suit you perfectly.
Oh. What do you have in mind?
Look. Come a bit closer.
Oh, it's shimmering gold. Absolutely stunning.
These golden boots are the Gold Weaver's greatest treasures. Though not as valuable as the most precious gowns, they hold a magical power. Legend has it that Zagreus blessed these boots, allowing anyone who wears them to move swiftly and silently. Put them on, Cyphra. And don't get caught again. A face as lovely as yours deserves better protection.
I hope those also can magically resize, because there's no way that child is fitting into those shoes.
You rich folks just love sticking your noses in everything, don't you? Well, I'm taking these now, so don't get any second thoughts.
What's wrong?
Do you have a smaller size? These are way too big for me.
Well, I suppose you'll have to grow into them.
Fake! Fake!
Do you have to interrupt me in the middle of my story? Fake? What's fake?
Those boots definitely don't hold Zagreus' divine power. You're Amphorius' most cunning liar, and even you were fooled by a Glyad.
Watch your mouth, or I'll feed you to the fish in the river of souls. Weren't you curious how I got tangled up with that seamstress? Well, now you know. Satisfied?
I didn't expect such a simple story. How disappointing. But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaya wasn't trying to trick you?
You're defending her.
No. I just think the story's so moving, it'd be a shame to ruin it with a lie. If I could cry, I'd be in tears right now.
Good thing you've still got a sharp tongue, or you'd have been stuck guarding someone's front door ages ago. Enough chit-chat. Let's take a look at this place. The city of Styxia. Look how beautiful she is. Let me take a good sniff of this air. This air, it's filled with the scent of treasure everywhere. Wonderful! Just wonderful. Thanks to Castorus and Grey Mystery, the ancient city's barrier was finally dispelled. Now that I think about it, helping them was well worth it. Time for treasure hunting, Barto! Lead the way, and whatever we find, we'll split 80-20.
Well, I have a suggestion. How about 70-30 instead?
Listen closely. Do you hear that? The gnawfish in the River of Souls are growling with hunger.
80-20 it is! How generous you are, Boss Lady Cypher!
Anyway, what's with all this water? It's damp, cold, and miserable here. I hate it.
Ooh, the mighty demigod of trickery! Uneasy around water?
You wouldn't understand! The people of Dolos are talented in many ways. Just, not in swimming. Why don't we have a race? Long distance, sprint, or laps? Take your pick!
What's got you so worked up? Relax, relax. Who would have thought the fearless Lady Cypher was afraid of water?
Cats hate getting wet. What's so hard to understand about that? Now, hurry up and figure out a way across. Or I might have to reconsider our split.
Don't rush me! Let me take a look around. Got it. Let's use that thing. Come on, follow me, boss lady.
Not a good imitation. I'll play along. Let's see where this goes, Bartolos.
Tell me, how did you hunt for treasure when I wasn't around, boss lady?
Trying to trick me into saying something. Not a chance.
You're as sharp as ever.
This looks like a puzzle area. Normally I go for about 2 hours and we've only just passed the 1 hour mark, but I do, because I streamed later than normal, probably need to go for now today. I apologize for the early wrap up. So we'll pause and save. And then we will pick
All
up
this
back
free
here.
time, why not make the most of it?
In the next stream. So like I said, it's a bit sorry for like the early wrap up, but Legend of the Galactic Baseballer. But we can already play the... Usually it doesn't let us do the events until after the until you finish like the main Trailblaze mission. So I'm surprised we can actually start that already. Oh, it's in Penacony too. Interesting. All right, so we will call it there for the day. Thank you all so much for coming, and I will see you all next weekend. Hopefully we'll be more on time next weekend. But bye everyone.